So I'm up at the buckwheat honey, which isn't buckwheat honey. This is the field of buckwheat, which you can see is virtually finished. There's a few little bits of white blossom on still, but it's a shame really. I have to report that we only probably have a couple of supers of honey. Why is that? Well, number of reasons. First of all, I was late in getting here. It was in full bloom when I arrived. The other reason is the bees weren't up to full strength, which is one factor, but they still would have given some honey if the weather had been good, and the weather was pretty poor the whole time. So it's only the last 2 weeks we've actually had some nice weather where you can see all this field would have been giving more. So because it was really dry then, we only had rain the last 4 or 5 days. You can see how wet the ground is now. It's ironic really, but only then we would have benefited from it. But hey ho, the exercise is good. I was able to get some bees together at short notice, 12 colonies, when I had a really bad year of winter losses. So I had these bees to bring up here. They've all grown really well. They're all super strong colonies now, which is exactly what I really don't need. But saying that, I could make some late swarms, late nukes with them if I wanted to. And obviously I've got to get these supers off to get the treatment, to get the treatments in, but also to harvest what honey there is. Because the weather will probably go cooler next week, and it means that they'll be eating any honey that there is. And I'd rather be they were eating honey from the brood box than sugar I give them when they need it, rather than the precious buckwheat honey that we do have. There's probably maybe 2 supers, maybe a little bit more, but it means I will get a few kilos anyway, and at least I'll have some really pure buckwheat honey to try, which I'm looking forward to taste actually. Saying that though, there's been a lot of it in our other hives, so I'm pretty sure I know what it's like now. It's very, very strong. It's very, very dark, and it's very nice honey to have something different to sell. I think the thing is, you've got to be pretty open-minded with this really, and you've got to look at it as if I've also made good relationships with the farmer here in a different area where I'll be possibly able to have hives more often. Not necessarily this field, but obviously in other fields where he puts his buckwheat. So he's going to come to me to have pollination, which is great. And also the farmer, who I didn't know before, was introduced to me by one of the guys who actually buys some of my honey in bulk. So everyone's a winner really. He gets to buy the honey if I get a good amount of it after for a really good price. I then get a good relationship with the farmer. It's a win-win. He'll get his field pollinated, and we're all kind of working together to do this, which is what it's all about these days. You can't be selfish. You can't expect to get, you know, me. You can't expect to have everything. You have to give and take a bit. So this is my giving a bit back. These bees have pollinated, but look what I've got. I've got 12 healthy hives that have had excellent food when the others have had nothing. So I think you've got to be a bit like that really. But overall, the weather's good. It's a little bit moist, the soil, so I parked the truck way down there at the moment. I've only bought the bee escapes over there, which I'm going to put these on now. But if I drove the truck on here now, there's a chance I may get stuck, so I'm going to give it a couple more days to dry out. Then I'll be able to reverse over and load all the hives when I've finished. But that's the way it is. At least everything is good. They're all alive. They're all healthy. They're certainly super strong. And move on from there. These now need pulling, as I said before, and getting the treatments on, and then we move the hives away back to where they should be. So anyway, that's just a little update. I'll be up with another video soon enough. I've got to do some breeder queen videos, which I'm looking forward to do, and I'll hopefully get that done in the next few days. Until then, take care, be well, bye for now.